Hi guys, my name is Anita. We're doing a YouTube reaction today of how JustPearlyThings just ruined her own YouTube career. And we're gonna reacting to Brittany's video, and hopefully in the future, by my future reactions, may this one first video become successfully improvable of the next couple of years for sure. Or a couple months. I don't know. Maybe I'll get better. But we'll see. So reacting Brittany's reaction of how she ruined. My opinion about Pearl, I feel like I never give any thought of actually following her or liking her stuff of her opinion because it never made any somehow sense of my own opinion in life, and I feel like she was very desperate in my opinion. So we'll see what Brittany says. Sorry.
I know what you guys are going to say. Why do you keep talking about the world's most desperate YouTuber? Why am I talking about a YouTuber who is so irrelevant that she doesn't even pop up when you type her channel name? And you got to scroll all the way down just to see it. Well, I didn't want to make another video on this, as entertaining as the past videos were. But the reason I'm talking about her once again isn't just for entertainment value or to put a pretty little bow to wrap up the series of videos I made on her. It's actually to talk about the very important reason for why her whole channel got demonetized. The reason that
So PearlyThings pretty much mess up her own self. I kind of want to know what she did.
Are gathered here today to remember JustPearlyThings' YouTube channel is because she got demonetized for being a predator. And that is one hell of a way to end this series or this arc on Pearl. So it says here she was demonetized for harmful or hateful conduct. I'm honestly surprised that she didn't get demonetized sooner for saying women shouldn't vote, but I pretty much expected this to happen, and it did.
Wait,
but I don't.
So she said that? Do you know how many times women tried to have the eligible to vote back in the days? And she's over here saying no.
I don't think that's the sole reason that she lost her monetization. Even though it says that she was banned for harmful or hateful conduct, there was something that led up to the ban, which was an interview that she did.
You remember what happened with Drake? Think about it, right? Do you really think he didn't think to wrap it up with the, I'm gonna say, corn star? He's a player, right? He knows she's a corn star. He probably did. She probably stole it.
What age do you guys think it's appropriate to talk about the morality of stealing a rapper's cum? According to Pearl Davis, who thinks that 16-year-olds are, quote, hotter than 26-year-olds, apparently that age is 15. She not only asked the girls about stealing.
Girl, I was not pretty when I was at that age at 16. I was like, I do see why now generation a lot of females tends to use prosthetics and other influential stuff with Botox, with fillers and all that. I feel like it should be more of appreciating your guys' love of oneself, of its own beauty, because honestly that's all that matters in my opinion. And I'm so grateful that I was not influenced a lot at a very young age about that, because honestly there's risk of consequences with doing that. So love each other, guys.
Out of a condom, but she also asked them about various other topics such as abortion, asking them the morality of a man going to get milk and never coming back.
That's awkward. Hey. Sorry.
If let's say I have a man, I know it's shocking, but let's say and I get pregnant.
Oh, how you say it like that? Do you have a man? Oh no, she does not.
On accident, right? So neither of us planned this. We don't want this kid. And he says, I don't want to be a father. Shouldn't he have the same right to leave that I do if I leave? Because I can give up the kid for adoption too.
And Pearl also did her part in community service by explaining to a 15-year-old how women are gold-digging whores.
Is the responsibility on women, though, for the men we choose to sleep with? A lot of times what I see girls that pick men to sleep with that really aren't husbands and they're not fathers. And they know damn well they're not husbands and they're not fathers. And they get pregnant and they want like all this sympathy, and now they get a check. Right? And so the problem with the laws the way it is they're incentivizing women to get kids off of rich guys.
Pearl is truly an intellectual of our time. Yes, you kind of.
So I had a guy that sat down earlier and he said, I was rich and this girl like trapped me with a baby because she said she was on birth control.
Instead of Predator Pearl being really creepy to children,
maybe
she should consider buying them a candle from Reed Street Soap. Reed Street Soap obviously makes soaps with high quality ingredients
that looks so
are
appetizing
and beautiful, but also they make candles, including Christmas candles.
Ooh.
It smells like delicious hot cocoa. I haven't lit this one yet because I've been waiting because I wanted to show you guys it before I melt the candle.
She has a cool lighter.
I'm gonna melt the marshmallows.
Mine is like...
Visit reedsoap.shop to get some gingerbread candles.
I gotta be honest with you, my favorite season of like smelling candles is the summer one. I think one of my favorite one is the leaves from Bath Body Works. Something irrelevant from what we're talking about the video, but it does go with this. Actually, it's not so irrelevant. But yeah, I probably spend myself one of these.
Or some hot chocolate candles. The older sister of the 15-year-old girl being interviewed did not like that Pearl did that, so she went ahead and told Pearl to take down the video. Pearl stopped my 15-year-old sister and her school friends on the street to ask them invasive questions about sex on her YouTube channel.
They're so young. She's right. She's being a predator and a creep too. Like the decency of a young teenage girl like asking those like questions. It's just like, what the hell? You're not supposed to, like, you're not a mother to speak about sex education or anything or like about that. They're only supposed to learn that, you know, not with a random stranger.
She made several cutdowns of the video and has subjected them to abuse from the red pill community. What would a normal person do after finding out they accidentally made a mistake? Would you blur the girls' faces or maybe clip them out of the video?
Oh, that's what she did. She really did cut that. Cut them out only just to see her.
Well, not Pearl. Instead, she chose to double down and call the sister a bitch.
This chick blatantly skipped over the fact that she flat out lied, oh god, in her original tweet. This line that was ways interviewing minors about sex. What the fuck is wrong with you? Excuse my language. Nothing I do illegally. Who Google laws. That doesn't have no right to you to speak to someone so strangely about, you know, something, to a random person. Like, ugh.
Dare you get in the way of her manosphere grift? I'm sure the girls' parents were ecstatic to hear about their daughters being exposed to Pearl's audience that follows her when she's tweeting things like 16-year-olds are hotter than 26-year-olds. Especially when the video has the hashtag sex in the description. There was a few tweets between them, but I'm gonna read the important ones. Pearl says, this chick blatantly skipped over the fact that she flat out lied in her original tweet. This chick lied, implying I was in some way interviewing minors about sex. WTF is wrong with you? So if you watch the clips, it's obviously not a lie. That was the topic and Pearl chose to interview, bothering to ask for their ID or ask their ages. You would think that she would have them sign release forms and paperwork like that, seeing as she can afford it, right? But she didn't, and it was her own negligence that led to her demise, which of course she takes no accountability for in her tweet. Nothing I did was illegal, but you are too stupid to Google the laws. Meanwhile, when you look up YouTube's TOS, it literally says that you need the parents' consent to do what Pearl's doing.
Oh, now we got proof right here. I googled the law. You're supposed to, anyone posting content with minors must do the following: respect privacy, secure consent from the minor's parents legal before featuring them in a video. Like, make sure their participation in your video is voluntarily. Honestly, if I was doing like interactions like that, one, I'm able to too shy to speak something like that. Maybe I'll break out of my shell later in life. Maybe. I think I will. I don't know, maybe in future. But always be polite to ask if they're okay with doing content with you. And I've, even before I knew about this, like I was always polite when it comes to making videos with another cosplayer, Andrea. I might probably support her here. I don't know. It's my first video, so I'll give it a shot in one of the comments. But yeah, I remember me actually absorbing her because she considered herself as a veteran cosplayer when we used to go to con together. And I just watch her doing like, hey, is this okay for you to like, she asked questions before she was going to do the recording. And I think that kind of just made more sense in general. Like even before I knew about this, like there's my proof, like still polite, because kindness is given to the community that's surrounding you, and if you want to be receiving the same Black community, you have to start with the first act of kindness. And honestly, it just feels fair. It just feels fair for everyone, even for minors or adults. Like you gotta be still kind to everyone.
Which she does not have. We were demonetized because your followers mass reported my channel, not because it's illegal to film people in public. Dumb bitch. And then the alleged older sister claps back. Listen, Patty, you should have thought about those 15-year-old people when you uploaded and still have on your channel videos of my then 15-year-old sister and her school friends without any permission from their parents. You're the one that's broke with a demonetized YouTube channel. You get a job.
Cutting this.
Mobile games are going big. Free Fire Max is...
And Pearl clutched her pearls, tweeting her followers. It was something like, oh, I got falsely accused, just like how men get
Acting
falsely
the victim,
accused.
but
She
she
was
never
trying to
solves
pander
everything.
to them and their sensitive
In her
spots,
case.
trying to push their buttons to get their sympathy.
Yeah.
Falsely accusing someone of SA is completely different than Pearl neglecting to do bare minimum research, as per usual, for her own YouTube channel, resulting in it getting demonetized. Being vindictive versus negligence. I really don't understand how that's the same as maliciously accusing someone of something they didn't do. Predatory Pearl's YouTube channel getting demonetized is her own fault, and she had plenty of opportunity to mend the mistake. Believe it or not, this is...
Girl, like, Pearl, did you never had any, like any second thoughts on posting it or doing this? Like, I'm sure you had, like, the preparations, like, before you start recording. Like, okay, what am I going to do today? What's content today I'm going to do? Let me do an example. I'm a cosplay content creator, though I stopped for a little while, but I want to come back. And I feel like I'm too hesitant to actually do a content because I really don't know which content I will be doing, you know? But I know for a fact that I want to do a dress. I just don't want to spoil it, but that would be a soon to be something to look forward to. But that's one of my biggest projects, and I think I've posted on my stories like a while back. I just felt scared to do something, a big project like that, because I never worked on such big project. But even though Pearl didn't do the second thought of like actually thinking before doing, and I think Brittany did a fantastic job in explaining everything, because honestly, when you're doing content, you need to actually like know what you're gonna do in order for you to engage more viewers. And in order to do that, you had to like, okay, well, my audience like this, or I know they want me to do this project. I'm gonna give them that, you know? And usually that will gain you more of like a bigger audience, and you will receive more love with that. And I feel like she just didn't do that. She did the quite opposite. She just like, I'm gonna do this because I feel like it, you know? And you're supposed to always plan ahead. And she still went with it by doing the interview of a minor, and still posted it by cutting them off so she can cover herself from it. But yeah, she didn't thought it through.
This is not Pearl's first time subjecting minors to the scrutiny
so it's been a
of
while.
older men on the internet. She actually subjected her own little sister to her audience.
She never learned her own little lesson. Well, big lesson, because it kind of somehow... Is she canceled? I don't know. I should not speak like that, you know? But her own little sister. Let's see what she said.
Her adult male audience that follows her for her creepy tweets about
It's just weird. That's just so weird.
16-year-olds.
Today, I have a special guest on the channel, my little sister, Amelia. She's super excited to be here.
Oh, she said super exciting. She's like, what's good?
I'm going to be showing her some of Kevin Samuel's savage
Point
moments
today.
because she was not willing to sit down for a full clip. So, but in general, do you think that's okay? Like, men are trash, like just in general.
No, she worded it wrong. Guys are trash, but there are good men out there, okay? It's not always that, you know? I'm sure there's good women and there's good women and bad women, you know? There's good in every people, and I feel like it's more like an encounter that it happens usually in the right moment that they become good because they change for that reason, you know?
I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that.
I actually remember seeing rude and creepy comments about Pearl's younger sister reacting to the manosphere. Some guy in her comments says she has no life in her. She, for sure, is not attracting anybody in life. No wonder she said she's happy alone. Loners with opinions is classic. This one says that her little sister is going to become a substance abuser because she dared to not care about the manosphere. This comment is my favorite one. I hope the little sister learned something from this. She will enjoy Liv ruining a good man later on in life, but she will die alone.
Why the hell are you going to pay full price for a goddamn car that's been used? If I'm going to invest into you, I need to know you are not.
Why are you yelling? I'm sorry, this might be loud for you guys. I don't know. I just don't like a guy yelling at me. That's just purely disrespectful and extremely losing my respect for them. Like, you can talk to me politely. That would be my best way to say it. And the guy yelling at me for telling me their opinion, we can talk it through like a regular tone, you know? And honestly, like, maybe you can open something for me and I'll open something for you, you know? Like, of a thought of like, okay, maybe you're right about this. Okay. Agreeing to something in a very like casual tone manner. Not like this.
Used, man.
What does your YouTube feed look like on a daily basis?
It literally looks like this stuff. It's like men's dating advice.
You are so single.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Damn, her own sister just roasted her. What are you going to say about that, Pearl? I want to hear you.
That's pretty...
You got quiet there, love.
That's
Oh, I'm sorry.
pretty sad that a 12-year-old potentially...
Wait, she's 12? Oh, God. This is sad. I'm so glad I don't have that kind of awkward situation with my siblings. Well, we do have our awkward moments. We do fight. It's a sibling thingy, but poor sister. I think, I don't know. I feel like her sister's more well earth-rounded than her own sister. I feel like Pearl is just close in general, even though she says she's not. So...
knows more about dating than predatory Pearl. I don't know Pearl's little sister's exact birthday, but I do have this to show you guys proof of Pearl's little sister's age.
8 Sleep Pod Cover. It's a liquid-cooled mattress topper that is clinically proven to give you better sleep. So let me tell you.
On the video where Pearl features her little sister, it's a few years old, so if you do the math based on Pearl's tweet about her sister here, then you can conclude that she was like 12 or 13 years old. So a potential 12 or 13-year-old was subjected to grown men telling her how she's going to die alone.
22, so 15, 22, and then it's now 24. 15, 16, 17. She's 17 years old. She's still a minor, guys.
Pearl is exposing her younger sister to men who are scrutinizing her, sexualizing her, and insulting.
That's just... This dude looks like he's in his 27s and 37s. I'm sorry. God damn. I would never ever do that to my little sister.
Her when her sister is only a child. And we know that Pearl's audience, based on the content that she says, they really have no issue looking at her.
Oh, 16-year-old and your sister is at that age, and this is why I don't like tweeting things that is not gonna make sense, because girl, this one does not make sense at all.
Little sister through that lens, and you can tell that they're looking at her 13-year-old sister through that lens, because why else would you make a comment on her sexual value? Pearl tweets, children deserve privacy, and it's pretty funny that
privacy? Hold on, it's not that I'm shaved up at the beach having drinks and a good time. Okay, then do that at home with your children. Oh, so my children go with their attention addicted mothers running to the children. Children deserve privacy? Oh, no. What the hell? She says she doesn't give, they deserve privacy, but no, she's not doing that with her little sister. That's what I'm like, no. Don't get it wrong, guys. Oh, God. She's just a minor. 12. 15, I believe now. 17 now. But she's still a minor.
That she would tweet that, considering how often she advocates against children's best interests. Children deserve privacy, unless Pearl is profiting off of it. That doesn't exactly...
I don't like the photo that she has in her Twitter.
scream wife material to me. You know, for someone who wants to get married so badly. Pearl...
Oh, wait. Go back, girl. You say she wanted to get married so badly? Desperation there.
Profiting off of it. That doesn't exactly scream wife material to me.
No, it does
you know,
not.
For someone who wants...
If you want to, this is one thing that my loved one told me. Women are gatekeepers, and sorry, I gotta lay it in my mouth. They're gatekeepers for a reason, and guys too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure that women have the approval to become a wife material by the moment that we wanted to value ourselves. Like, okay, I feel like I could be a mom one day, and I wanted to be a mom one day, and in order for me to do that, I had to give and take for something that I'm gonna do for my future life. And her speaking like this, Pearl, not Brittany, girl, my respects for you. But Pearl, girl, you don't have no value with yourself. You don't have no love care for yourself. And you're just showing your ugly true colors right away and giving privacy to kids when in reality you're just exposing your younger sister out there who's still a minor. I'm sure I don't even know if you asked your own mom to expose your little sibling out there into the predators that you have gained up with the predator that you are.
Wants to get married so badly. Pearl has absolutely no motherly instinct. She doesn't even have the urge to...
No, she didn't even protect her own little sister. How are you going to protect your own kid?
Protect her own little sister.
Exactly,
or the
there you go.
instinct to protect kids in general. And you don't have to be a mom to have that. I mean, look, she's self-reporting here. She's telling...
As much as I would like to get married, desperate, I can also acknowledge it is really not in the most men's best. This broke me. I'm gonna put a little logo. As much as I would like to get married, I can also acknowledge it is really not the most men's best. There's nothing... Oh my God. I don't know. I don't want to lecture Pearl. Pearl, you're never gonna learn from me, so she can suck it.
Men that it's a bad idea to marry her. When somebody says something like they're not a good partner for marrying, it is in your best interest to believe them. When you look at her, you know something is off. I saw the new photo of her trying to put on makeup, and it's really bad.
Girl, do you even use paintbrushes or what? No offense. I feel like it was edited out as well. Cause girl, this crack of the line looks like airbrushed instead of like pencil or like mouse brushed. I feel like you did it so bad on like giving the bronzer there. Could have added a little bronzer here, bronzer on the nose, a little bit more of a warmer tone of blush. I'm critiquing her makeup. Homegirl, you have dark circles for a reason. Gotta fix that up, honey. I feel like, and then the hairline is so like elementary school. Don't talk about my hairline, okay? Mine is supposed to be bangs, but I didn't brush mine out. Not brush them, like I didn't how do I explain it? I didn't over here. I'm putting myself in blast. But I'm trying to say that I do have bangs. I do have bangs for a reason. It's just I need to cut them and style them. There you go, styling. I need to style mine. But girl, I feel like for her hairline should be like right here. Like where her like right in the area. Not so far from out of your eye color. Oh god. And I feel like she would look much better if she had... Homegirl doesn't have a lot of hair. Oh my god, I'm roasting her. Sorry. But she needs a critique, so here it is. What are you, trying to be a teacher? It looks good, the makeup colors. It's just not well blended. Even I don't use the brushes. I use my own fingers when I'm doing my makeup, which is pretty crazy. That's what they do back in the days. I remember my mom telling me that, oh yeah, the mascara did not look like that. We never had a brush. It was also like a stick with the little rings on it to brush each hair, which I still use it today. I'll share that in my link maybe, or if anybody is interested. Keeps my lashes so up because mine are like completely down. So yeah. Shoot, she could have went more blending in this area. It looks so way off. She only added it on the top. She never added it on the bottom, which is something that maybe will give her a really nice contrast. I would add a different color here. I'm over here critiquing about makeup, and I'm still going with it. Add a little bit of more of a... She's more of a lavender tone. I would add like a little bit of like orange here with a little bit of purple here and green. Green and purple will be good here, and then red in this area, and then that's where like the blush should be like blending in, and then hopefully, because girls, I know you seem like you added blush, but it looks like it was never in your skin. It's like powdered up, because being in a powdered face, it doesn't look good. My skin is like very oily. No, actually it's like mixed combination. But yeah, girl, you need to work a little bit more on that, which in due time, I hope she gets better.
It looks like she smudged mud on her eyelids.
Yeah.
She's kind of creepy to look at. But
I also agree. She looks like the Titan lady.
before anybody says, oh, you're so hard on her, at least she's trying, I like to remind you that she also tried to distribute revenge porn.
Okay, let's talk about her makeup, sis. See how she added highlight here and highlight here, but she also blended a little bit more down. Like it didn't, like her makeup still like evened it out of that. Like it's well blended. Unlike Pearl, she just like bang. That's it. Just blast it on there. Lip looks nice on the color, but not well going to her lip line, which she could have tried a little bit more harder. There was no blush, so the youth didn't look there. It looked like it was just a pale face. So, see, even her, like she left the glimmer here, which is so nice. I don't know if she's wearing a lot of makeup, but it's so neutral, so nicely done. It's well proportioned to her face. It looks good on her. I like Brittany's makeup a lot more.
I'd like to remind you that she also tried to distribute revenge porn of me, what she thought was revenge porn of me, to other YouTubers, in which she did not know how old said girl that was naked in the photo was. So I actually don't feel bad for Predatory Pearl and her makeup, if you want to call it that. Because isn't the point in calling it makeup is because you're making yourself up?
Yeah.
She's making herself down in this photo.
Exactly.
Like, doesn't she have TikTok? I know she was banned, but like, it's free and you could just look up makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
She also mooches off of her millionaire
That's how-
daddy's money, so I don't understand why he didn't pay for her to just go get a lesson at Sephora.
Do they have that? A lesson paid? Nah, just go to YouTube. Look for makeup tutorials on Jeffree Star or like, you know, Brentman Rock. They have gorgeous makeup, including Selena Gomez, like with the Rare Beauty, like her teaching her own makeup line. It's just like there's that free content for you to watch. And Brittany, Sephora. I didn't know about Sephora. I've been using YouTube for a while. Or also TikTok. Yeah, she's right. TikTok is one of them.
She can afford to have somebody teach her how to do makeup. I mean, maybe not that she was demonetized, but she usually mooches off her dad anyway. So to all the people that say, at least she's trying, I wouldn't call that effort relative to her wealth. Effort would be going to Sephora and having someone teach you, or hiring a makeup stylist, or even looking up some free TikToks on how to do makeup.
Thank
and
you.
then, of course, her hair is still flat and stuck to her head, but now it looks like there's a cowlick in it.
There's no volume into it. That's why I was just like, I feel like she just did the curls. She brushed it through her fingers and then whapa, went up. Like, I don't think she actually did the little hair whip thingy, because that brings a lot of more volume, and I feel like she didn't do that. She just let it down and brushed it with her fingers, and that's why it looks slow, a little frizzy. I feel like I would have added a little bit more curls, like curled it a little higher to bring more of a volume, more to her shape of her, I want to say oval face. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm more of a V shape. She does have that, but it's also rounded, like a square jawline. I feel like she doesn't understand her own features.
For some reason. If she had some female friends, maybe they wouldn't let her walk out of the house looking like that.
I know. Girl, like, my sisters critiqued me so harshly, but I'm so glad that they made it more easier for me to be more in my comfort zone. Like,
Yes. And also to the people who are like, how dare you criticize Pearl and her fashion
oh,
and styling
that's not a good support system,
that she has
man.
the resources to not make the mistake
Her
of doing
environment's
and
not great.
publicly humiliating herself, okay? If this photo were a
That's a good support system, but not to the support system that they cannot even tell her what's good for her and what's not. A support system is supposed to be critiquing you. And I think that's the reason why I love about my sisters, that they always, like, I always ask their opinion. A second opinion does not hurt, guys. It's to be sure about maybe this is okay, and also think twice before you do it. I feel like in so many cases, like in Pearl's case, she doesn't think twice at all. Like, come on, her Twitter looks pretty.
of another girl that Pearl didn't like, and she were commenting on it, do you know what she would say?
But some of you are in full-blown relationships. You guys look ridiculous.
Look who's talking.
You look like clowns. You guys have like a full face of makeup. And it's not even like light makeup. It's like, it looks like I could peel off a clown mask. That's how thick
It means art, something that you still not blended well enough yet.
it is.
The sheer audacity.
I feel like she edited this photo so much because look how white her teeth looks. Yeah, like, I feel like it's, oh, not well. Like, girl, that's not your line right here, right? And then when lip went higher, and then the blending, girl, and then here, are you trying to contour your hair? Like, Sorry, J-Lo. Like J-Lo, because we have big foreheads, right? So you gotta contour perfectly blending well. Sorry. You had to know how to blend in order to contour good. And once you unlock that, you can do so many things to your eyes, making your lips look luscious, like lip liner, and then add a little gloss or do something more extra. But homegirl just like blasted like makeup on her, like the palette, like, ugh. Girl, yeah, you need some Sephora help. I didn't got that help, but you know, you got money.
Peel off a clown mask. That's how thick it is.
Thickness of it, I'm sure something like, girl, like no matter what you apply on, it's still gonna be like, once you scratch it off, you're gonna leave, like, of course, it's gonna, like, your skin is never gonna, like, what's she gonna think about makeup? It's supposed to, this is how I remember me watching an anime, and I forgot what it was, but I remember what that anime lady said. Makeup is basically an empowerment shield of one's woman's face, and it's like it shields you from being a warrior. If you cry, that warrior face is gonna change. And if that's why you're supposed to, she didn't say it the way that I said it, but like basically, yeah, makeup is very powerful. Like it boosts up your self-esteem and confidence, and honestly, you look attractive, sexy. Just does not look sexy. Sorry for laughing. I feel rude, but I'm critiquing. I'm an artist. I'm supposed to critique. My professor said that.
The sheer audacity to tell other women about how their makeup makes them look like...
Okay, hold on. That makeup does not look like the first picture. Botox, lip fillers look good in pictures, but in real life, 90% you look like an absolute clown. At 90%, 99%. Honey, you might need to change that math because you don't know what you're talking about. I see in real life frozen heads and giant lips. Enough is enough. You look ridiculous. Look how many likes she gets. Retweets 02. 42K. Not even half gave the support that she says that she has.
Clowns tweeting about it all the time, and she walks around looking like this, ranting about how modern women are terrible and how you're the modern woman if you cake on makeup.
Part of modesty is not wearing heavy makeup, plastic surgeries, and Botox fillers. I'm sorry. Back in the days, modesty, they used it in makeup, clothing, and also like posture, like body language. Like if you don't walk elegant, then you're never gonna be like, I don't know, like I should not be saying that, actually. Take that back. Modesty is about being reserved, wearing makeup, but it's more of a like intellectual decency of valuing oneself. And Pearl, you're not doing that.
Makeup, but clearly she is the modern woman and she wants to wear makeup. She just isn't talented enough to do it, and she doesn't care to put the effort in, so she's getting mad when other women do.
It's actually cake because you can see the wrinkles and the cracks, and it's very powdered-ish. The line is not well go to her lane. Like, girl, like, you seem forced.
Because they get attention and she doesn't. Why else would she post her piss poor attempt at makeup where she clearly didn't bother following any sort of tutorial, and post her selfies that she took of it on her Twitter? After she's made so many tweets about why makeup is bad and so try hard, clearly she's getting more desperate for attention, and she's realizing that the things that she criticizes women for are the exact reasons why she's not getting male attention, because she's not doing those feminine things that she's making fun of.
I love putting nails on.
I agree that you can cake on makeup and have it look terrible, just like how it does on Pearl, but Pearl is one of those girls that thinks that, oh my god.
Oh, damn, she could have been so pretty if she did that. Yeah, girl. Why don't you do this? Who did this? This is so nice. See, like, if she knew how to blend and do, like, the contouring, yeah, like I mentioned, she doesn't need too much overly contour from the top of her forehead. She has a really decent forehead. she kind of like went like all the way here of the contouring bronzer and pretty off. Like she could have put some of that here and blush, highlight. And like I said earlier, like there's no glimmer, no gloss. Like there's no shine, and she needed that. No powder. Don't use powder if you have dry skin.
Put more than mascara and lip gloss on because she's ignorant.
Get matched with a local tax expert and hand off your taxes with TurboTax Live Full Service. Plus,
and doesn't actually understand how makeup works, and that you need different products of makeup in order to make the other ones work and not look out of place, which is why her makeup looks like it was pasted on her. It's like floating on her face.
Exactly.
It's very separate from her.
Yes.
Makeup doesn't look caked on when you necessarily have a lot on by Pearl's metric, like using foundation, setting powder, eyeshadow, and all these things that
it's supposed to balance everything, not like powdered on in place, like on her.
Cohesively work together. What makes it look caked on is improper technique, and you can see that she cannot blend her eyeshadow her life. You can also see how bad her technique is when you look at how splotchy her.
If you need some makeup advice, I can pull up a cosplay one and like body paint, like Starfire kind of way, or like a regular makeup with me, a daily routine with Anita. You know, it doesn't hurt. Just say in the comments if you guys do want some video of that.
Her lips are. What is she using? A butter knife to apply her lipstick? I don't understand how you would mess up that
lip
badly.
liner.
It will also look caked on when you use colors that are too dark for you and it looks separate from you. It's the same reason why in the first video I made on her, where she wears colors like black that are too heavy on her, it really ages her and amplifies her wrinkles. So she's literally making herself down when she's applying her makeup.
Girl, what kind of curler did you use? I feel like you deep fried the bottom part of your ends, girl. You need a haircut, like, because you killed the bottom of it. Yeah, I'm roasting the fuck out of Pearl. You just need help to glam yourself a little bit more self.
Because it's too dark
Love
and her
yourself
technique
more.
is really bad. She's definitely doing at least one of these where she's using a really low quality product, or she's using really bad makeup brushes, or she doesn't know how.
I just use my fingers, guys, and I use a spoolie for this, like one of the Sephora ones. I'm cheap. Not really. I just know what's a good budget for me. Girl, you spend yourself $2-3 for buying one brush like this separately or together with the whole pack. Bronzer, I just dab. Highlight. Like, I gotta be honest with you, I only have 4 brushes. Four brushes. And the one that I have is the powder one. I have one of this one, the eyeshadow and the blending, and then one of the flat one. It's not there, but it's a flat one that it's so straight. And I use that for like making like liners and that, but like not like a really clean liner. It's just like a smoky liner, you know? Lip, I had one, but I threw that one away because I just like started to use lip liners. They're more easier to work with. And then just blend it with your technique and use your fingers, girl. Like,
to use the makeup brushes, but these are all things you can
is a little too much,
access
but it
on
does
the
work.
internet. People were asking me how I do my eye makeup because I have hooded eyes that are almond shaped, meaning that there's not a lot of lid space to work with, and it's really hard to get product on there because it just moves around because there's so much
I don't know if I have that.
And what I do is I do Asian style makeup. If you naturally have softer coloring, or you're very fair,
I do
or
both.
if you have small
Mexican
hooded
too.
eyes like me, or
Not the
if you
cholo
have really
version.
wrinkly eyes like Pearl where there's a lot of skin stretching around and it makes makeup harder to do.
Ugh. Girl, puffiness in the bottom. Whew, I need a drink.
You should
just water.
probably do Asian style makeup. They tend to have techniques that are better for people who have small eyes with very little eyelid space. So I think of Asian people, I think of Slavic people,
Brittany, you know
Native
what's good.
Americans, sometimes black people. all have features that go really well with this makeup style. Even if you're not pale and you do need more of a Western color palette where it's brighter and darker, the techniques are still really useful. There's this one YouTube channel called Dear Peachy. If you can get past the uncanny valley voice in every video, they actually take videos that are from Asian countries and translate it and explain to you how to do the makeup. It's really beginner friendly, so if you don't want to look like Pearl, definitely check that channel out.
Hey, attention everyone! I've been trying to catch the Pontiac Bandit for 8 years.
They also teach you how to do makeup for your specific features as opposed to just following someone's random makeup tutorials. So I find that to be really useful. For
Very helpful. Thank you, Brittany.
Or combination
Brittany,
issues with
you're
their
such
face.
a god.
Like for me, I
for
have
doing this.
almond-shaped eyes, but then they're also
I'm over here doing like
and then
something my
also
friends
hooded,
and
so that would be really hard to
mechanic
look up
people.
a tutorial for. So you kind of just figure out each.
Oh, I don't think. Do I have that? Am I hooded or diamond eyes? Guys, I don't even know. I just put my fingers in and my I just blend because the blending technique is such a pure gold. I feel like with that you can do so many things. Blending is your best friend.
Complements it, and then you combine it together, and that's how you figure out how to do your makeup. But I guess learning how to properly apply makeup is for those.
I feel like she just puts foundation, blush, and mascara, and a little bit of makeup on her eyes. A little bit of everything. Like, it's so light.
Modern
she can go a little
whores
hard
who
on
apply
it.
makeup in the right way and actually get
As
husbands.
oh,
Unlike
gosh.
Pearl, who's not like those other girls. Why are 27-year-old girls walking out with a full face of makeup? You have makeup kicked on when you're 27 years old? Your
She's
prime
27?
is over. Ugh, I don't get why women still want to pretend to be in their sexual prime when they're 27 years old. Like, I just don't get it.
I heard women, wives, and mothers getting Botox. Married wives and mothers. Mothers in general. Okay. You're just so rude. Why, he already married you. What more do you need? Spend that money for your children. As a married, no. I'm sure my future husband would be so attracted to me still, but it's not about him. It's about myself. Me loving myself. Something that you still haven't learned yet, Pearl. Like, girl, you need to learn how to love yourself, how to feel pretty and get pretty and feel sophisticated and all that, girl, because you don't seem to have value.
Why
in
wouldn't
yourself
you just
with
be a
that.
doormat for your husband? Don't shoot the messenger. She always has to end every tweet like that as if somebody asked for her message. Like, who are you messaging for? It's your message.
I don't care if I look like the bad guy for pointing out that this is ridiculous. So ladies, yeah, you guys look like clowns. Don't shoot the messenger, and I don't really care if you do.
Don't come at me for being the messenger to say that Pearl has no vibe. She herself has said that she's undesirable.
Let's say I have a man, I know it's shocking.
So she goes from rating herself a 5 on like the whatever podcast to like saying that tall women are superior. I don't know. Whatever helps her sleep at night. I'm done giving her advice. Like, clearly
Me
the
too,
application of it is not working. I don't know. This monster I've created. I gotta go. Thank you guys for liking the video
Thank you,
and
Brittany.
subscribing with the notification bell on. Don't
You
shoot
got
the
it, girl.
messenger. I'm not the one saying it. I'm just saying the message. Just like the video and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye, babe. Dang. Brittany said it. She clapped so well. There you guys have it. This is my reaction time from Brittany. Reaction about Pearl. She ruined her own career. And yeah, signing off. Bye, BBs.